Guys, Brian over here, and in today's video we're going to be working with the 2021 Toyota RAV4 XLE Hybrid. This is in the ruby red flare pearl. What's really nice about this color is it's always changing, but it's very sparkly during the full sunlight. So I'm going to jump right into the car, and this is going to be a quick overview of all the buttons inside sitting in the driver's seat. Here we go. All right, so first things first, if I have my key fob on me, I can simply lock the car like so, or when I come up to the car, it unlocks for me. It's only going to do the driver door on this side, or it'll do the whole car if I do it on the other side. On the seat, I have my forward and back motion, up and down, recliner, and lumbar support. I also have my gas port button over here with the hood latch. Up above, I have the brightness to my speedometer and gauges, the auto high beams, defrosting wipers, and a heated steering wheel, which is part of the cold weather package. Onto the door, I have one touch down on all four windows and one touch up. You just have to give it a hard push or a hard pull, and then you release. Here's my window lock over here with my door locks. Notice the little nubs over here, which match the nubs on the key fob, so you know which button is lock. L to toggle the left mirror, R to toggle the right mirror, and a center selection, so if I hit this, it doesn't accidentally change anything. Moving on to the steering wheel, if I pull this down, I can actually telescope the steering wheel forward and back or up and down and lock it back into place. To the headlight stock, I have off auto lights, which will sense when it's dark outside and put everything on, which also activates the auto high beams in this position. Parking lights and full lights here. This is going to be my fog light control, and I have a turn signal, but I have a quick tap for 3 little signals that you'll see in all of my other Toyota videos. Onto the other stock, I have click one down for auto, because the rain sensing wipers are part of the cold weather package, and I can change the sensitivity. If I click it down again, it's low, and if I click it down again, it's high. I'll leave them in auto, so the customer will be very pleasantly surprised when it rains later today. This is on for the back wiper and intermittent, which is once in a while, and off. The symbol here shows 2 different windshields. I have my front windshield, which is slanted, and my rear windshield, which is square. So if I push this away or twist it away, it'll do the back windshield, and pulling towards me is going to wash the front. Those little dotted lines represent the fluid coming out to wash. Onto the steering wheel. Once I start the car up, which I simply press the brake and push the push starter, being that it's a hybrid, I'm not necessarily going to hear the engine start. I'm just going to see the gauges light up, and I'm going to get a little ready symbol right over here. That's how I know the car is on. But that being said, these arrows over here are going to operate the center screen, which is called a multi-information display. I can go left and right through the different menus here. You'll see the little icons on the top light up. I can also go up and down by using the up and down arrows. Most people like that screen there with the digital speed. The OK button is a select on that screen, and then the back button is back if you go further into the menus. Once I'm connected to Bluetooth, I can answer and hang up calls with this button over here. This will change the volume to phone calls and my music. This button's going to be voice commands. Fun fact about Toyotas, they all come with voice recognition training, so you can train the car to recognize your voice. Onto the other side, my cruise control is no longer on a stalk here. It's actually right over here. So if I push the button here with the speedometer, I'll get a little green symbol up top. But if I push and hold it, it changes. That's going to be your classic cruise control. But if I push the button only once, you get the one with the car. That represents radar cruise control. The radar cruise control will actually give you the option to set 3 different following distances with this button. So what I do is I would hit this button and hit set, and I'm automatically set, and then I can just increase and decrease speed here. I can cancel the cruise control with the cancel button, or of course by simply pressing the brake button. But here I'll turn the radar off. Lane departure alert is right over here, which also has lane trace assist for the new Toyotas, which will keep you in the center of your lane. And these buttons are going to go through the songs when I have my music, and this will go through the music modes, so AM, FM, Sirius, Bluetooth, etc. If I press and hold, this acts as a pause/mute button. It's not labeled anymore, but it does work like that. Horn is right over here. And I have a little tiny stalk right over here that's going to go through my odometer on the bottom or my trip. Press and hold to clear. press and hold to clear, and back to odometer. On the display over here, I don't have any other buttons, but you'll see I have what would be the RPMs on the left, and on the right I have the speed. In the center I have the digital speed, the outside temp, and the time. On the bottom left of the screen I have what gear I'm in, so that prevents me from having to look down at the shifter. And I have the fuel and engine temperature on the bottom left and right. Fun little fact, on the fuel, the little fuel symbol, you'll see an arrow reminding me what side my fuel door is on, which it's locking, and like I mentioned, you now have a little light up button down below, right down there by the engine lever. Hard to focus with the lighting, but there it is. All right, let's check out the climate control. With the XLE hybrid, I'm getting a dual zone climate, so I can control the whole car right here. My fan speed is right here, air direction. Notice how everything is next to its button. When I go into eco mode, the eco heat and cool will turn on, but if I go back to normal mode, I can turn this on myself without putting the car into eco drive mode. We'll get into the drive modes later. Front and rear defroster right next to each other. And I have my recirculate, AC, and driver front prioritization button, which is going to focus on the front of the car. If the passenger changes their temp, I can change my own, but when I hit sync, it syncs to me, and I can change everything as a whole. Also part of the cold weather package, I have heated seats for driver and passenger, low, off, and high. I can also turn off the track control right over here. And down below, I have a 12-volt plug and a USB plug with the doors facing each other. This USB plug is going to be the one that activates your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Moving up to the radio, I have my hazards over here, and I have hard buttons on the radio display, but this is also touchscreen. So I can touch something and it'll take over the screen. Home screen is a great place to see different information all at once. Menu is where I can go to change some settings. Fun little fact, if I go to menu, I can hit display and I can turn the screen off while listening to my music. You'll never forget what screen you're in because it'll tell you on the top left. I can even change my color theme right over here, and I can turn the beep off, which is nice. Audio is going to prompt me for my audio sources if I go over here, or I could have just pressed the audio button 2 times. And then map is going to either put the navigation on if it's in-house, or it's going to prompt me to plug in the phone for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Then I'll have the navigation app pop right up. Phone, when I'm connected, is going to show me all of my contacts and who I've called. Seek and track will go through the music, and apps is going to be part of the Entune suite, which everybody loves. Comment about Entune. Push for power with volume, tune and scroll. Up top, sunglass case with a soft backing so I do not scratch my lenses. I have a flip down missile launcher. Just kidding, that's SOS. It's Safety Connect through Toyota, which you get complimentary for the first year on all new Toyotas. It sends a signal out if you get into an accident, or you can just push it once to talk to somebody, twice if you have an emergency. Separate buttons for the lights here, so you don't actually push the light like in the old RAVs, and then this will light up the whole car, and then this makes it so the lights go on when you open up the doors. I forgot to mention the vents. On the side here, this vent is closed, but I can open it by pushing the little wheel up. So you want to make sure your vents are open, but it's nice because not only can you change your temperature, you can change your airflow, which is going to make sure everybody is very comfortable. All right, now comes drive modes. The shifter is designed to be an overhand grip, so it makes it very easy to shift. If I go into this and I slide it over, I can actually look on the bottom left here. I can drive through what would be different gears on the CVT that comes with the hybrid. It's going to simulate those gears, so it's nice. I can put it into what would be second and try to control the RPMs as much as possible in the really bad weather. Back to D, up to park. This will light up in a second. It's a self-applying parking brake. Notice it disengages when I put it into drive. Very nice. Now I can't demonstrate the hold feature because I'm in the garage right now, but what this lets me do is when I press this, well, I'll buckle up so you can see. When you push this button here, you'll get a little green symbol. It says hold, and when I'm in drive, you get a hold symbol there in gold. That means I can be in drive, see, but take my foot off the brake. Then I give it a little gas to go, and then I come to a stop, and once I see the gold, I can release off the brake again. Really nice for the drive-in, Really nice for the traffic. Just don't forget to put it in park. When I hit trail, I'm gonna get these cool little rock formations on the screen. That's gonna enhance the all-wheel drive for going on gravel and rocks. If I go into eco, things are gonna turn green here, see? If I push down to normal, it's gonna go away. And then I twist clockwise for sport. Notice the color, red. Sport's gonna give me more power. If I twist it counterclockwise, I go to eco, and that's gonna give me more gas mileage. A little less power, but I'll push it back to normal. EV mode is cool. EV mode, if the battery is charged over 70%, it's actually gonna let the car favor staying in electric vehicle mode. So it's gonna actually make the car prefer keeping the engine off, which right now it's not available just because the battery hasn't regenerated itself enough. And people are gonna ask, well, how does the car regenerate? It collects energy from the brakes. It's called kinetic braking. And it also gets energy from the engine. So that does its thing on its own. If you're interested, you can go to menu and you can hit information, and then you hit eco, and you'll get a little diagram here that shows you what the car is doing. You'll see different arrows in different colors telling you what's going on. So since we're talking about that, the hybrid system works without a mechanical connection. So you have two electric motors driving the axles on each side of the car. Then the battery will feed both the electric motors. The engine will feed the transmission, which will feed the front here, and then it'll electronically communicate with the back. So that's going to give you that quieter, smoother ride and more torque now, which is nice. So, you know, people that need a boost, I actually put them in hybrids and tell them pop it into sport mode, and you'll be impressed with the power. Down over here, I have my 2 USBs with a carpeting. Great for storage and charging, and they give you this little thing here so the wires can run through. And that's pretty much that, besides changing your light settings in the back. I'll show you how the seats fold down real quick. Now, instead of a 2-button system, I just grab this lever here, and the seat goes right down on both sides. Once the seat is up, if it's not clicked in all the way, I get this little thermometer that warns me to click it in. But if it's a little too upright for me, I can recline it a little more there. The cup holder and armrest goes up if I want it to. And I have separate ventilation in this car, so I can turn down the ventilation a little bit or turn it off and change the direction. Not the temperature though, so it's gonna match the driver. But I get my USB plugs right over here, which is great. So everybody's plugged in, everybody's comfortable with with climate. Wouldn't that be weird if you had navigation in the back? All-weather mat is one piece in the back. Child locks are right here. You just push this little lever down for the kiddie locks. And lastly, it's a manual hatch on this one, but you have the all-weather protector with a separate light over here that you can turn on. A 12-volt plug, which I'll close for you, and your privacy shade, which clips right into here like so. This is spring-loaded, so you can simply remove it by pulling onto that and it'll come right out. I tried to keep this one quick for you, but that's the new 2021 Toyota RAV4 XLE, which is middle of the line, hybrid. And at a glance, people wonder, well, how can I tell if it's a hybrid? You'll see the little hybrid badge there on the fender, right up front. And all hybrid Toyotas have a blue shadow in the emblem. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this video helped you. If you have a Toyota hybrid, let me know how you like it. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for all of your support. And most importantly, enjoy the rest of your summer and stay safe. Thanks, guys.